Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, and then I'm going to try to do a little bit of a review. I am reviewing a thing, which is this Intuos Pro tablet. It's a Wacom. I guess it's pronounced Wacom. I hate it. Wish it was Wacom, but it's Wacom. I am going to be unboxing this here in a moment. But before I do, I wanted to say that I was not expecting to get this. This was a gift. My wife got a bonus at work, and they gave her a gift card, and this was one of the things that she just got for me, which was really, really nice. I have no idea what this is like. I haven't looked into a new tablet in ages. I have been using this. Actually, I have two of these. This is an Intuos 3. I think this is a 9x6 format tablet. I have two of them. Another one here. They both work equally as well. I've been using this since about 2005. And I've demoed a few since then, and I never really had a reason to upgrade. These work great. I've used them on every single project I've done for years, for a very long time. And I can't believe it's 2005. It's a long, long time. I still recommend this tablet to people if they're getting into digital sculpting or want to start digital painting and they don't have a lot of money. You can find one of these on eBay for like 20 bucks. And they were hundreds and hundreds of dollars when they first came out. And they're super cheap now. And these two I've used for years, and they both still work perfectly. So I was not thinking about getting a new tablet, but I have one in my hand now, and I'm half excited and half I feel guilty, like I'm selling out my little babies here. But it's okay. It's okay. It's time to upgrade. This thing has some features that I think are going to be pretty cool to see when they're done. I mean, the sensitivity of the actual pen is supposedly way, way better than these old versions, which I'm excited to try out. Try not to cut myself with this knife. Here we go. Let's open this thing up and see what is in the box. Ugh. Now, this actual model has been out for a little while, so there's tons of reviews online and so forth. And when I got this, I honestly kind of considered returning it because this tablet still works so well that I was like, do I really need a new tablet? And I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna watch some reviews and see what people say. And all the reviews I saw were really good. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep it. See what happens here. All right, there's another inner box. Now, the artwork on here, it's pretty, but it looks like a little kid did it. And I know some really amazing artists. Actually, one of my favorite artists that I know, a concept artist, still uses the Intuos 3 that I still use all these years later. And he is very well known. Ooh, Velcro. So this opens up, and there is this fancy new tablet. So we'll take this out. Feels like it's metal. I think it's metal. This old one is plastic all over, but again, super durable. I've had these for many, many years, and they've held up fine. This is so much thinner and lighter. That's kind of awesome. Now, a thing that, again, I didn't know anything about this. When it showed up, Natalie got it for me, I was like, oh, this is nice. This has Bluetooth connectivity, which I've never experimented with. Hopefully it's good and fast. But you can also plug it in, but it's rechargeable. So you can put it on Bluetooth and I can sit back. It has 8 programmable buttons, and then the little dial here acts like a wheel. And it also has touch zoom, like you can pinch zoom kind of thing, which I think could be really handy. It's something that this doesn't do. The old tablets had like a little slider on the side here. Let me pull this one up. Uh-oh. The old ones have like a little slider here that you could use for zoom or whatever. And I usually would disable the function keys because I tended to bump them with my hands, and I just turned them off and I would use the keyboard. So I'm curious to see with this new thinner tablet if I'm gonna take advantage of these or not, because I might be able to put these to use. I don't know yet. Initially I'm probably not gonna try it, but yeah, feels like it's metal. Really nice and new. Let me take this plastic off so we can really look at it here. Here we go. Ooh. Yeah, it feels very nice. Quality feels really, really nice. Again, if the quality of this feels better than these already, like I said, if it's metal back, I guess in aluminum, very, very light, really thin compared to what I'm used to. Now it has the plastic stuck to it. So professional. Get out of here. So you can see the thickness of this one compared to this one. That's probably twice as thick. Drawing area of this I think is a hair smaller top to bottom, but it's longer. And what I was doing with these is I would set the proportion. So even though this is the entire drawing area, I actually was only drawing about this much, and the bottom section wasn't usable because the proportions matched my screen. So it kind of chops the bottom off anyway. So I think the new layout, even though it's technically smaller, is actually more usable in my opinion, I think. So we'll try. So anyway, there's this. There's the little holder for the stylus, which has a very nice weight to it. Take the plastic off here, throw it on the floor. Yeah, and this opens up. And it comes with some extra little nibs in there for the stylus, which I like. That's a really cool feature. I like that on top of having some extra ones, it also comes in this case. The bottom, the base for this little holder is very weighty in a good way. So somehow this closes. I'm gonna mess this up. So that'll go here, and then comes with a USB, like a standard to a USB-C, little guy here. And I'm assuming this side plugs right into the tablet. Yeah, it does. There's a little switch on the side here, which enables and disables the pinch zoom. So we'll be taking advantage of that. Look at that, it looks so nice. Little instruction book. And this is a stylus, which apparently has many more levels of sensitivity than the one that I've currently used. It's a little smaller. It's lighter than this one. This one has a little more weight to it. This one's pretty light, which is fine. Might take a little getting used to. I'm kind of used to the weight on this one. So we get this plastic off here. Back to the knife again. I don't stab myself. Doing a review. Or damage the stylus, that would be smooth. Alright, I don't know how to get this off here. I don't want to break anything while I'm trying to do this. Just my luck. Yeah, come on. Yep. Come on. Come on. Sorry, guys. Alright, there we go. Alright, so here's the old Intuos 3 stylus. And this is the new Intuos Pro stylus. Feels familiar. So it feels familiar enough in my hand that it's not weird when I'm using this. It feels, the actual shape of this area is pretty similar. Since it feels like it might be a tiny bit smaller. It's hard to tell. I had calipers to tell you for sure. Maybe it's the same size. Maybe it's just the feel. This one definitely is a little bit lighter than the old one and a little shorter. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. I'll find out soon. And apparently the tilt angle on this you can control. Like if you're doing airbrush effects, you want to get like a spray that's kind of ovalized or angled. The angle of the actual stylus will control the angle of the spray if you're doing digital painting. Nowadays I typically use this more for digital sculpting, like ZBrush kind of work, like making monsters and whatnot. So we'll see how that works in ZBrush, but I'm excited to try it. Anyway, this is kind of the unboxing stage. Let's see if there's anything I'm missing here. Back to the box. I probably have to download the new drivers. I'm gonna go get that all set up, and I'll probably start tomorrow, and I'll do some screen recordings and test it out, give a little commentary on how it's working. But yeah, I'm excited to try it. Again, this old one, if you're looking for a tablet, you're just getting into making things, you need a tablet. Buy an Intuos 3, this works awesome. Or this new one, I'm sure it's gonna be even better, but again, been using an Intuos 3 all this time. Every cool thing that I've made up until today was done on one of these tablets. So anyway, here's a new one. Let's get it plugged in and test it out. All right. All right, see if this thing is actually recording. Let's hope it is, because I'm about to do this. So, no, almost shut down my thing. Okay. All right, hopefully this is recording. We'll find out here in a moment. I'm going to minimize the OBS program. Now, I downloaded the driver program for this new Wacom Pro Medium tablet. And let's plug this thing in, see what happens. Now, the adding the new driver required. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Just comes with some stuff. Touch on. Look at that. Adding this new driver required the new software install, and I had to restart my machine. So we're good. Set up, ready to go. All right, look at that. Congratulations on your new Intuos Pro Medium. What is this shit? All right, look what's going on here. I just put my hand down on my tablet, so maybe I did something. There's pictures of my cats. So I don't know what I just did. When I touched it, I literally put my hand down and something happened. So, take it in the stylus. Just hope I'm still recording here. Move this around a little bit. Start. I'm doing this with the stylus. This is kind of cool. You can orient the key position left or right. I am actually going to put it on my left side. I am ambidextrous. However, I typically use my right hand for the stylus. If you see me sculpt, I'll sculpt with both hands, but for this, I'm so used to using my left hand for the keys, my right hand for the stylus, that I will keep all the controls for the setup on my left side. So that'll be this one, so say confirm. Simple touch control. All right, so that's on the side here. Got it. Next, register your device. I will do that later. You're all set. All right, start. Right, touch ring settings, express key. Let me see here if it feels right. Sometimes what happens is the orientation, or the proportions, I should say, of your screen and the drawing area can be slightly different. And what happens is, if when you move up and down or side to side, the movement is actually a little slower or a little faster in one direction versus the other, and it can be kind of weird if you go to draw a diagonal line and it goes at an angle that you're not expecting. So I'm going to make sure that the proportions and so forth are set up, which this is completely different layout than what I'm used to. Touch gesture settings, express key settings. I'm not going to worry about this right now. So, setup wizard. Let's try it. Skip. All right, I don't know. I'll come back to it. Express key settings. Oh, look at that. Popping up some weirdo stuff. Look at that. There we go. Tablet. This is what I want to see. All right, this is like the menu I'm used to with my old tablet. So I'm probably going to end up disabling these just because I know that I'm going to bump them with my arm, but I'll leave them on for right now. Touch. It's kind of weird being able to, I'm actually doing this with this movement right here is I'm doing that with my finger, which is kind of awesome. It's like using a mouse pad. That's kind of rad. I don't know if it does a double tap. Yeah, it does have a double tap. Let me see if I go here. Oh my God, that's cool. So that's all hand control. I haven't not using the stylus at all. I'm just doing this with my hand. I actually really like this. This is something my old tablet didn't do. Very cool. I feel immediately comfortable with this. Pro Pin 2. Yeah, that's good enough for now. I'll leave that. So, we'll look, sensitivity. I'll leave all these default. You see the pressure. Whoops. That feels good. Functions. Let's look at mapping. This is where the proportion, I say force proportion. See how at the bottom I did that? See this little red box around the thing? If I hit force proportion, it closes it. Now, I'm in an interesting situation right now because my laptop screen, which I'm using to run this, is actually slightly different proportions than my monitor that I'm using. And when I shut my laptop, the screen fills the monitor, like it compensates for the difference. So I'm really curious as to how this is going to work. So if I go to full area, let me see here if this feels right. And we go to force proportions, and another thing too is the old one, the actual part that you draw on is really well defined visually on the actual tablet, and this one has some kind of little some little crosshair kind of like alignment marks like you'd see on doing t-shirt separations or something at the corners, but there's no defined line on the outside. So going from top to bottom, I'm going to do force proportions for now. If I don't like it, we'll change it. Okay. All right, let's try something here. Let's open ZBrush. Let me see. I'm actually going to do this with the doing my hand on the tablet. So weird. Let's see if it's going to open. Just found out today that ZBrush, which has been free updates forever since I bought the program, has been bought out by this company called Maxon, and they, right there, see that ZBrush 2023, this is the first one in years that hasn't been a free upgrade for me, so that's a bummer, but we'll come back to that some other time. So let's see here. Do I load a tool? Let's just throw a generic head in here for right now. Let's just see what it feels like. All right, so open this up. Oh my god, what is this? Look at this. Please select goes the application. You know what? I'm going to turn off the hand input for right now on the tablet. Did I do it? Oh no. Yeah, there we go. All right, so the input is turned off because I don't know what I just did here, but I don't need that on. And we'll take a feel here. Got some symmetry turned on. I already like the way it feels more, so using the standard brush. Now, this is just me giving a feel. I'm not trying to really sculpt anything in particular. I'm just seeing how the actual stylus feels, and it feels very nice. Very nice. Let's see if I can do some very super light. If you push down hard, you get a, you know, deeper lines and so forth. So you can tell the pressure difference between, if I go really light, it's very responsive. I mean, the subtlest little difference in its gouge is deeper or shallower. I'm going very light right now, and it is just, that is very cool. Okay, so, I mean, this isn't much of a test, but it works. It really does feel nice. I would open Photoshop. I don't know if it's set up right now and do some painting. Yeah. Look at that. It didn't mask evenly on both sides. That's weird. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like that's proof of concept works here. I really, I dig it. I instantly dig it. I like this thing that you can enable and disable the little switch on the side here for the touch feature. It's just a little slide switch, which if I move it, there it is, it's tiny. I was pushing on the wrong thing. There's this little button on the side. I don't know what that does. Power. So now this slide, this is back on, so I can, wow, I can zoom in and out. The touch sensitivity to do the pinch zoom right now is a little overly sensitive. I'm barely doing it, and it's going really far. So I might need to adjust that a tad. But this is me zooming in and out with just my fingers, which is pretty neat. Oh. But too sensitive at the moment. I'll change that. And the little switch on the side is, there it is, touch off. Now if I touch my hand on the tablet, I'm not messing it up. Now in ZBrush, you basically hold Alt and Control to zoom in and out. Let's go back. Let me take this back to the beginning. All right. So I've never opened this Z tool before. Okay. Let's see what else. Let's see what it looks like with some clay tools. B, C, D. So, go. You can see the difference between going very light and really hard. Now, apparently it's got thousands and thousands of levels of sensitivity in this stylus. I can already feel a difference between the old one. The old one worked great, by the way. The Intuos 3, like I said, I would recommend that to anybody. I've used it for years on all my projects, and it has worked just beautifully. But this is better. Immediately better. Immediately like it already. I'm only minutes in, and I dig it. So I'm gonna go and just, without going too deep into a review, because there's plenty of them out there, I'm gonna say I already dig this, and that is, I have been using tablets like this since 1998. I had the original Intuos huge tablet back in 1998, and I've been using Wacom products ever since. Now you might be wondering too, you see me with this tablet, and people are like, why don't you get a Cintiq or one of the ones with the screen built in? Now I am so used to a tablet like this that's standalone, one of these kind of guys, that what happens is when I am looking at the screen on one of those Cintiqs and I put my hand down to draw, it almost feels like now my hand is in the way of my art. Whereas with this, my hand is down here. I'm super used to using these, so it is second nature, doesn't feel like anything. And my hand is not in the way of what I'm doing, which is very, very nice. So that can be pretty cool. But yeah, so if you're wondering, like, why don't you get a Cintiq? You should get a Cintiq. Everybody's like, you should get a Cintiq, they're so cool. That is why I actually prefer these kind of tablets like this, a regular tablet with stylus. I love them, and I'm very, very used to them. However, I can see if you were always drawing on paper for years and then you try to draw like this, it feels disconnected at first, but yeah, I'm so used to it. So, anywho's, all right, I'm going to call this one done, and I'm excited about it. If I have any issues, I'll put it in the comments below, right in the description, like, oh, this is going wrong or that, and maybe in a few weeks or a month or 6 months, I'll give it a proper review. But like I said, there are a ton of reviews on these out there already. Now, all I can say is so far, just a few minutes of working on it, noticeable, really, really nice feel, total improvement over what I was doing. I didn't know it was going to be such a big improvement, so I feel glad, because I almost sent this back, like, oh, I don't need another tablet, mine works great. But this is very nice. I am quite excited. So anyway, sorry it's long-winded, but this is all new to me, so you're discovering it right along with me. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here and go play some more with this, because this is really fun. All right, kids, thanks for stopping by. Have a nice day, and I will talk to you soon. Well, now I gotta do the awkward thing where I turn this off. I will talk to you soon. No edits. Bye.